For a number of years, the helicopter rig's been my #1 presentation. It's nice and simple, and it allows me to present my baits over a wide variety of lake bottoms. Having said that, I've never been entirely happy with the top bead. There's basically two types of arrangement that I've used. One is a large bore bead which sits over a bit of silicone. Nice and safe for the fish. The bead just pops off the silicone really easily and straight over the top of the knot. However, it's not so user friendly in that it can slip if you're going for a big cast, or maybe you want to put a PVA bag on there. I can't really rely on that to stay in place. The other system that's commonly used is to use just a standard round bead with a very narrow bore in it. Some people even pierce them with a needle. Stays in place on your lead core perfectly. However, I don't think that's as safe as it could be. I'm never quite happy that that narrow bore is going to slip over the knot at the top of my lead core. So I've come up with a different design of bead which encompasses the good points of both of those beads. And one of the very first things I did when I joined Gardner, well, over 2 years ago now, was to convince Lewis that we needed a different type of bead for a helicopter rig. The response I got was really positive, as a new bead would sit really nicely in our new tungsten range, and this is what we came up with. The overall shape of the bead has come about because of the design of the internal bore. It's a Y shape, which gives you a narrow piece at the bottom which will grip onto any leader material, and a wide bore at the top to enable it to slip over your leader knot. Apart from just the internal bore, we had to do a lot of other work on the bead, such as on the material. It needed to be very soft and pliable to enable it to smoothly slip over knots, but we also needed it to be heavy. This isn't just a nod to tungsten bead, there's a lot of tungsten in these, which helps to pin your end tackle down. We've brought these beads out in two different versions, a high bore and a low bore. The large hole at the top is the same diameter in both versions, but lower down, the piece that grips onto your leader is a different diameter in each version. The high bore is perfect for lead core or our Camflex lead-free leaders. The low bore is designed to go on a fluorocarbon leader or just straight on a nylon mainline. The low bore version can also be used on a hook link as a sinker. The tungsten chod beads come in packs of 12 on sprigs to make it easy for you to thread them up your leader or your mainline. Or if you're using a heavy lead core, as I like to do, you can put them on a needle first, which might make things a bit easier. Now, it's really important with these beads that you put them on the right way in order to maximise the safety aspect of them. You need to make sure that the large hole is facing up your leader towards your rod tip, so that your knot is going through the larger hole rather than the small one. Each one of these beads should last you a long time, and they can be reused over and over again. You can also adjust the inner bore on them by running the bead up and down your lead core a few times, just to create the tension that you want for your setup. Heavy, unobtrusive, and most of all safe. These are now my go-to beads for all my helicopter and chod fishing.